Good morning, everybody. Today we're taking a look at 2 Chronicles chapter 20, and we see here that Jehoshaphat is being surrounded by Ammon, Moab, Mount Seir coming at him. I've gone ahead and just highlighted a few things in this chapter that just really speak out to me, and I'm going to bounce around here a little bit, but I'd like to just follow along here. Follow along. So the people gathered, and then we pick it up in verse 3. It says, "And Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek the Lord and proclaimed a fast throughout all of Judah." So what did Jehoshaphat do when he had fear? He prayed and fasted. He went to prayer and he went to fasting. That is it's called the power twins for a reason. When you can get to God and tell and say no to your own body, to your own flesh. When you can suppress that and you can hear God, there's just amazing power in that. And the Lord answered. We look down and he says to the Lord down in verse 12, he says, "For we have no power, nor do we know what to do, but our eyes are on you." So he prayed, he fasted, and he just looked to God. He just went straight to God, this is something that we all need to be doing in every battle. And what happened? God answered him. God says, "For the battle is not yours." In verse 17, he says, "You will not need to fight this battle. Position yourselves, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord who is with you." There are a lot of battles that aren't ours to fight. They're God's. Yet we get ourselves in the mixture and we decide we're going to do this or we're going to do that when it's God's battle. Sometimes he's telling us, "Hey, stand still. I know there's a lot going on around you, but I'm the one in control. I am the one that's maneuvering it all. I just need you to stand still so that when all of this is over, you are in position to accomplish what I need you to accomplish." And we see this. This is a great chapter to see this in. We go down into verse 20. We see that he says, "Believe in the Lord God and you shall be established." And we've been talking about being established quite a lot. Then the Lord wins. The Lord wins the battle and defeats these enemies. And you go down in verse 25 and it says that they took away their spoil that they found among the abundance of valuables. They found precious jewelry, more than they could carry away. They were 3 days gathering the spoil because there was so much. Then they returned, every man, back to Jerusalem with joy, for the Lord had made them rejoice over their enemies. Do you see what happened here? They were under attack. Jehoshaphat, as king, was under attack. So what did he do? He went and he prayed, and he fasted, and he sought the Lord. And the Lord said, "This is not your battle, but mine. I will fight this battle. I just need you to stand still so that at the end of this, you can accomplish what I want you to accomplish." And he did, and what happened? And look at the spoil. Look at the booty. Look at what they got. They got much more than these wonderful, precious gifts. They got to build their faith in the Lord. They sought God, and they stood there, just like he said. And look at what happened. God won. Tell me that doesn't build faith. Tell me that doesn't all of that. You see, there is a lot of times where we like to get ourselves involved in the fight that's not ours. And we do that because we don't seek God first, or God speaks and we decide we know better. There are battles in your life that aren't yours. There are battles in my life that aren't mine. They're God's. And the only way to truly know is to get to God. And if you want to double down on getting to God, add a fast to that. And just amazing things happen when you can say no to your flesh and say yes to hearing the voice of God louder or clearer. Amazing things happen. Look at what happened here. Verse 27, they returned, every man, back to Jerusalem with joy, for the Lord had made them rejoice over their enemies. The Lord will make you rejoice over your enemies as soon as you realize that he's the one doing the fighting. You can get out of his way and let him lift you up. Have a super day, guys. I love you all.